Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews. I am HorrorBoy465, aka Nate Murphy, the Explorer 4 here. Welcome back to some more reviews. And as you guys can see, I got a new hairdo. Rocking a little bit of a new hairdo. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about my new hair. But I just figured I'd get a different kind of hairdo. This isn't my usual haircut, but I figured I'd do something a little bit different. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section about my hair. But decided to get a new haircut. And also, since it is October 1st, I decided to start reviewing a new franchise. And it's a franchise that absolutely fits October like a glove. And I absolutely love this franchise. And it is the Halloween franchise, which I have Halloween 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and I have the rest on DVD. I do want to pick up Halloween 3 on Blu-ray, but I want to get the Scream Factory edition of the Blu-ray. I don't have the Scream Factory edition of Halloween 2, but I picked it up because, it does still have a couple features on there. Not anything great, but maybe I'll pick up Halloween 2 Scream Factory edition one of these days. I don't know. Whenever I can find it anywhere. I do see them at Target a lot, so I don't know. Maybe at Target. I'm not sure. I did want to pick up Halloween 3 on Blu-ray, but I want to wait till I could find the Scream Factory edition on Blu-ray before I could pick up Halloween 3. But yeah, since it's October, it's a month that horror fans, can't wait for. It's a month that I love. It's a month that, I get to sit down and watch a big old pile of horror movies over there. And I picked a lot of good horror movies out. I got my Friday the 13th box set over there. I've got stuff like The Hitcher, The Omen, The Exorcist, Your Next, Jaws. I'm trying to think of all the movies I got. I got a lot of movies over there. Cujo, Texas Massacre Part 2. I will be watching these two movies as well. I've watched Halloween so many times that, I can remember almost all the film. I would say that I grew up a lot with Halloween 1, 2, and 4. Those are the ones I grew up with the most. I started watching Halloween 3 when I was around 10, but I'm talking around maybe 5 years old, 6 years old. I grew up a lot with Halloween 4, which is in this double pack, which is a really old DVD pack. I remember when I picked this up, I was around 10 or 9 when I picked this up. I've had it for a while. It's a little busted up, has a little bit of holes and stuff in it. Not really noticeable a little bit noticeable on camera. It's a little busted up, but overall it's in pretty good condition. It's a little aged, just from over the years of owning it. But the movies, they still work. I still watch them. And I grew up with Halloween 1, 2, and 4 a lot growing up. These are the 3 movies I watched a lot as a kid. But I absolutely love Halloween 3. I think it's an underrated film. But as far as my overall thoughts on the franchise, it's a franchise I absolutely love. I love watching these movies. Even the ones that aren't so good, to watch them in a row. I mean, it's still a good franchise to watch in a row. Just see where the storyline goes, stuff like that. Although I would say, though, around Halloween 5 is when the franchise really goes downhill. But, of course, you got Halloween 1, which we talked about in this review, which is a flawless horror film. I have no problems whatsoever with Halloween. Absolute classic. Halloween 2 used to be my favorite. But watching Halloween, I mean, it's just absolutely flawless. The score, the atmosphere, the acting. There's not really a lot of makeup, not really a lot of blood in the film. But what really is good about this movie is the suspense. And that's why you don't really need a lot of blood in this movie, because it's so suspenseful. But very suspenseful, very well shot. John Carpenter directed the movie. I mean, I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. And this Blu-ray looks beautiful. If you guys want to pick up Halloween and get a very clear version of it, I mean, I recommend a Blu-ray version because this looks amazing on Blu-ray. Absolutely amazing. Which I'll get to in a second. But yeah, Halloween 1, absolute classic. Halloween 2, a flawless sequel that I really don't have any problems with. I love Halloween 2. I really do wish I picked up the Scream Factory, but I'm glad to own it on Blu-ray, and it looks really good on Blu-ray. Love the atmosphere, love the score, love the fact that it has, death scenes and kills and a body count. I thought it was directed very well by Who directed this movie? I don't remember who was it. Trying to see on here. Rick Rosenthal, who I think would go on to do Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, was it Rick? Yeah, it was Rick Rosenthal. Which Halloween Resurrection absolutely sucks. Which I'll get to that in a second as well. But Halloween 2, I love Halloween 2. Absolutely great sequel. It, to me, in my opinion, it's flawless. I think it's a great sequel. So yeah, love Halloween 2. Then I got a double pack here with Halloween 2 and 3 on DVD. I kept it just for Halloween 3. I watched Halloween 2 a lot on Blu-ray. But Halloween 3, I'm waiting to find the Scream Factory edition. But as of right now, I only have it on this double feature from Universal DVD pack. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Which, there's Halloween 2's disc. There's Halloween 3's disc. Halloween 3 is underrated as heck. I mean, I think this movie is amazing. I love this sequel. It's very underrated. And yes, Michael Myers isn't in it, but the story is great. Acting is great. Very well directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. Definitely a very gory film. Has some really good makeup effects in there. Has a really, really amazing score. Very well shot. I love Halloween 3. Halloween 4 and 5. This is, like I said, a 2-pack DVD. Halloween 4 is a sequel I think is actually pretty good. It's not as good as Halloween 1, 2, and 3. I love those movies. I think they're all three, in my opinion, flawless. They're flawless movies. Halloween 4, I like the movie. I really do. But you got the fact that in this movie, I'm not really a big fan of the mask. I'm not really a big fan of, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much to the body count. It was pretty good though. I mean, it's very well shot. It's well acted. I thought Daniel Harris did a good job in this movie. But overall, Halloween 4 is still good. There's a few problems in there, but honestly, I can say it is a very well made sequel. But yeah, I really enjoyed Halloween 4. Halloween 5 is okay with the discs in there, but Halloween 5, there's a lot of problems with Halloween 5. I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I wouldn't do a rant on it, but it's definitely not a great film. I think it's just okay. It's a decent time waster, but there's really not much to it. I could watch it for Daniel Harris's performance. I also really enjoyed some of the death scenes. The body count was decent. I didn't mind the atmosphere. I didn't mind the way that it was shot. Although I will say this though, it's bullcrap how they kill Rachel off, and it's bullcrap that the rest of the cast, besides Donald Pleasance and besides the Jamie character, the rest of the cast sucks because they're just a bunch of teenagers, not really likable characters, acting wasn't good. They have this stupid idea in there where you got these two cops, and I swear you can hear like clown noises and stuff in the background. I mean, I don't know. There's some really stupid stuff in Halloween 5. And that's when you got the Thorn plot, which I'm not a fan of the Thorn plot. I know that some people are fans of that plot, but I'm not a fan of that plot. I think it's a very stupid plot. But they have this guy in the movie walking around with this thorn tattoo, and they gave Michael Myers a thorn tattoo, and they really didn't explain it. And then I watched documentary. They don't even know what the heck at the time they made the movie. They didn't know what the thorn plot was going, like where it was going. They didn't know at all what it meant, so they just put it in there for some reason. I don't know why. But the thorn theme, I don't care for. Some of the stupid ideas in the film, which I'll get to in that review. But yeah, Halloween 5 is just okay. Halloween 6, I used to say this movie was decent. I don't know why. Watching it anymore, it's very bad. Has a horrible atmosphere. It's very blue. At that cover, it's blue, but also the whole movie has a blue filter that looks really bad. Not a fan of the direction. Not a fan of the acting. You get Paul Rudd here from Ant-Man and movies like I Love You Man, and he's been in a lot of movies, Paul Rudd, and he doesn't do a good job in this movie at all. The other lead girl didn't do a good job. The Thorn plot line is taken even further in this film, and you got literally they show people in cults and stuff, and people controlling Michael Myers and stuff like that. It's really, really is a stupid plot line, and I'm just not a fan of Halloween 6. So yeah, Halloween 6, it's garbage. Halloween 7 H2O is a film that I absolutely have no idea why people love this film. I hear all the time that people love this film, and that's their opinion. That's totally fine. That's cool. If you love Halloween H2O, that's your opinion. That's awesome. That's really cool. I just hear all the time that Halloween H2O is amazing and stuff like that. And like I said, if it's your guys' opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But in my opinion, I am not a fan of Halloween H2O. To me, it is one of the most overrated ones in the franchise. I have no clue why everybody likes this film, or why most people like this movie. I have no idea. Because when I was watching this movie, there's really nothing besides Jamie Lee Curtis. Besides Jamie Lee Curtis, there's nothing else. And also, the ending, the third act. Okay, the third act was pretty good. But the first two acts, in my opinion, they were very, very, in my opinion, slow and boring, kind of. I'm not a fan of the look. It has that 90s horror film look, which works with Scream and Urban Legend, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. It works for those movies very well. But I don't know, in a Halloween film, I'm not sure if it just, in my opinion, didn't work. I'm just not a fan of Halloween H2O. I think it's very overrated. I'm not sure why, in my opinion, I'm not sure everybody loves it. I just think that Jamie Lee Curtis does a good job, and that's it. And the third act was good. I will say the third act is good, and Jamie Lee Curtis does a good job in the movie. Besides that, I hate the score. I hate this look they have to it. I hate the way that it's shot. The style of the film, I'm not a fan of. It just doesn't fit a Halloween film, and I'm not a fan of Halloween H2O. So I'm a fan, and if you're a fan, that's totally awesome. But I'm just not really a fan of Halloween H2O. But yeah, Halloween H2O, just not a fan of it. But it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as Halloween Resurrection, which was a sequel that was only made. Literally, the one reason this movie was made was for money. Money was the only reason why this movie was made, and it's a freaking bullcrap sequel with just typical characters. And I will give it this though: it has pretty good practical effects, has a pretty good score. The idea of having a reality TV, like an internet sort of reality TV show, I didn't mind, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of. I think Halloween Resurrection is a garbage sequel. Garbage. It did not need to be made. It's a horrible film. You have really bad acting. I'm not a fan of any of the characters. Jamie Lee Curtis gets killed off. The score was. I will admit this. The score was good. The death scenes are good. Practical effects are good. I actually don't mind the way the mask looks in this film. Kind of an angry look for the mask. Didn't mind that. All right, different idea. But the movie, first of all, to me is boring. To me, I don't care about the characters. There's really not much the way that it's shot. I don't mind the atmosphere of the Myers house and the reality TV show, but the way that the movie is shot, just not well. It's a sequel that just did not need to happen. Halloween Resurrection didn't need to happen because and also it has probably one of the most, I can't believe it, has like the most bullcrap reason for Michael Myers to come back, and I'll get to that in the review. But Halloween Resurrection, just not a fan of it. The theatrical and uncut versions of Rob Zombie's Halloween, the theatrical version I am not a fan of. I don't hate it as much as this version, but I'm still not a fan of of Rob Zombie's Halloween. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm not a fan of the direction it went. I'm not a fan of how there's a prequel aspect. I'm not a fan of there's like they changed. Not changed. Well, actually, they did change some things, but I hate how they just take away any sort of they make Michael Myers in this movie kind of average, like an average, no mystery to his character. That's the thing about when they explain everything, is that there was no mystery. And I do agree with Matt, Remember Afterlife, and about his review. I mean, there's just no more mystery to it. Michael Myers is not mysterious anymore. And that's why I do agree with Matt on his review, or his rant on Rob Zombie's Halloween, is that it took away all the mystery. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween. Just not my kind of remake. It's not a remake that I enjoy. It's not a remake that I love. I don't like the remake. I'm not a fan of it. But I hate the uncut version. I hate this version because it extended scenes. It did not need to be extended. There's not really any new gore, at least from what I can remember. Then you add a rape scene in the Halloween film. They added a rape scene in a Halloween film. I have no reason why that was added. I mean, you did not need a rape scene in a Halloween film. It just did not need to be in a Halloween film. It made the certain scenes, in the hospital and stuff like that, scenes that were extended, certain shots that were extended, just didn't need to be done. It's a horrible director's cut, already director's cut. Not a fan of it. I think it's even worse than the actual cut. I just hate how they extend. It's basically, I think, longer. They extend certain scenes. The runtime is a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween, the uncut version, or the theatrical cut. And Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, bottom line, it's a sucky sequel. I hate the storyline. I hate the idea they have behind the movie with Michael Myers being sort of supernatural thing going on where he's seen. It's sort of like a paranormal thing where he's seen his mom, and then you got young Michael Myers, and it's like the older Michael Myers back here, and they made Michael Myers like a homeless man. I hate the fact that Laurie Strode is having all of these weird dreams, and that Michael Myers is seeing white horses and stuff like that, and just a very bad sequel. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, not a fan of it at all. But yeah, I spent like 17 minutes talking about the other Halloween films, but I figure I'd just give my thoughts on the franchise. But now we're getting to the review on Halloween. Now, Halloween came out in 1978, gets a 7.9 on IMDb, written by John Carpenter, who is one of my favorite directors of all time. I mean, he's made so many great movies. The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China. I have not seen Escape from New York yet. I have not seen Escape from L.A. I have not seen Assault on Precinct 13. I have not seen a couple other films like The Ward, but there's a few films I still have to see from John Carpenter. But I have seen Big Trouble in Little China. I have seen Halloween. I have seen The Fog. I've seen a lot of John Carpenter movies. Christine. But John Carpenter, really big fan of him as director. And this movie, Halloween, is one of those films that is just perfect. Everything in this movie is perfect. The soundtrack, the suspense, the acting, the characters, the idea of this dark presence. Michael Myers, or in this movie, he's called the Shape. This menacing force. I love the score. Absolutely love the music. I love the music in this movie. It's shot very, very well. Has a very, very cool Halloween October look to it. It's got a great pace. The building of suspense is amazing. I mean, I really don't know what else I could say about Halloween. I mean, the story is, one night on Halloween, 1968 or something. I think it was on 1968. 1963. Michael Myers comes home. You see a POV shot, which I believe was actually very new at the time. You actually see a POV shot through this like clown mask, and it's very well done. Where the score is building it up. He walks in. He sees his sister's boyfriend go down and go out the door. He walks up the stairs. At that crazy moment where he takes a kitchen knife and just stabs his sister. And he goes down the stairs and comes out. You get that classic part where the father gets out of the car. He goes, "Michael," pulls off the mask. You realize Michael Myers just standing there with the knife in his hand with like the shocked look on his face. The camera zooms out. Also, like I said, it's just very well shot, but the camera zooms out. The score is great. That dun 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 dun, and it zooms out, and you're just seeing this really cool shot where the shot Michael Myers is standing there, and it zooms out. Very well done shot. And then it's 15 years later. Michael Myers ends up escaping one night. Dr. Loomis, his doctor, and another nurse is driving up to the mental institute where Michael Myers is being held. Michael Myers escapes, gets the car, drives to Haddonfield, Illinois. You find that Jamie Lee Curtis is there. Jamie Lee Curtis is an extremely likable character. She's sort of like an average, just normal teenage girl. Very low-keyed, doesn't really talk that much, doesn't like to get in trouble. Very, very normal teenage girl. Very likable character as well. And Jamie Lee Curtis, she nailed it in this film. She is amazing in this film. She's been called the Scream Queen. Definitely agree with that. She did a great job in this movie. She nailed her performance in this movie. Absolutely great performance by Jamie Lee Curtis. But while she's there, hangs out with their friends, sort of average things like that. They smoke a little bit of weed, have a little bit of fun. And one time during the day, she's walking down the street with her friends, and Michael Myers driving a car down the street. And of course, then Michael Myers is sort of come back to Haddonfield. I think it's more explained on Halloween 2, but he came back to Haddonfield to pretty much find his baby sister and murder his baby sister. And pretty much from there on, like, he goes to Haddonfield, finds Jamie Lee Curtis, ends up stalking her, and you got some really great scenes of suspense where she sees him behind a bush. They go up to it. He's not there. She looks out her classroom window. Michael Myers is standing by a car. She looks back to the classroom, looks back out the window. He's gone. Just very creepy, mysterious moments like that. She's in her bedroom, looks out her window. Michael Myers is standing there. She goes back to the window because she backed a little bit because she got scared. Back to the window, he's gone. Just very well done scenes. And pretty much from there on, it's very basic. He gets the mask on, gets the jumpsuit on, classic look. The white mask. I believe it's from Star Trek. A William Shatner mask. Gets the mask on, gets the kitchen knife, jumpsuit. It's Halloween night. Goes, kills a couple of her friends. One of them's having sex. And pretty much when her boyfriend goes downstairs, he thinks somebody's in the closet. That classic scene where he, pops out of the closet and, like that score hits like, dun, gets him on the wall, stabs him, leaves the guy hanging on the wall. Classic shot where it's like right here, and you see Michael Myers sort of do this with his head, kind of in a psycho way. Goes upstairs, chokes the other friend of Laurie's, Laurie Strode, chokes her friend with like a telephone cord or something like that, or just strangles her, I think. Just strangles her, and kills her. You got another character, pretty much because Laurie Strode is a babysitter, and they keep talking about the Tommy Doyle character, and they keep talking about the boogeyman and stuff like that. They got that one scene right in the film where the boogeyman's coming to get you, the boogeyman, and then the kid runs down the stairs and gets boom right there. Michael Myers just stops him. The score kicks in. He walks along as the Tommy character is walking, gets into his car, drives. Very well done scene, very well shot. The score kicks in, and really, really well done scene. But he kills one of Laurie's friends. Also kills her other friend by, I think, slit her throat in the car. Goes over to the house, starts chasing Laurie Strode. Actually, she goes over to the house and finds her friends there. There's that great jump scare scene where the guy just flings down from like the hallway or the hallway or stuff like that. And he just flings down out of nowhere. And that classic shot where she's trying to get out of the house and she stops at the stairs. Michael Myers' face just fades in and then stabs her. You get that great, absolute classic chase scene where the music's hitting like dun 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 Love the score to this movie. Absolutely great score. She runs across the street, gets into the house. Michael Myers will get into the house. She takes like a needle and sticks it right here in his neck, pulls it out. She thinks he's dead. He ends up attacking them a little bit more because that's got the classic scene where Tommy's like, "Well, what'd you do?" And she's like, "I killed the." Well, she pretty much goes that they're not going to attack him anymore because she killed him. And he's like, "You can't kill the boogeyman." And Michael Myers is right behind him in that great shot where it zooms back in behind Laurie Strode, and Michael Myers is right there. Chases Laurie Strode to the closet, breaks to the closet trying to kill her. She takes like a closet ring, or like a hanger. It's not a closet ring, a hanger. Takes it, bends it, pokes him in the eye, takes a knife, stab him. Gets out of the closet, tells the kids to go get some help. She thinks that Michael Myers is dead. He ends up getting that classic shot where she's right here in the background. You see Michael Myers rise up, and the music kicks back. You're like, dun, dun, dun. Walks over, starts to strangle her a little bit. Dr. Loomis comes in, shoots Michael Myers up like 6 times out the window. Shoots him. Actually, he shoots him like, I think in sort of like he shoots him once, and then Michael Myers gets his mask pulled off. And the only time that you see his face in the franchise, besides Halloween 5, and the Rob Zombie movies, but in this movie you really do get like a clear shot of the face. And she pulls his mask off, and his eyes all closed because she poked him in the eye with the hanger. But that's only one of the few times you see his face in the franchise. Dr. Loomis goes upstairs, shoots him 6 times, falls out the window into the ground. That great line where Laurie Strode's like, was it the boogeyman? And Dr. Loomis goes, as a matter of fact, that was. Goes over, Michael Myers is gone, the score kicks in. You get some really good shots of, previous scenes and, showing like outside and stuff like that. And then the movie ends with that great theme song that classic theme song. And there's just, it's perfect. It's well shot, very well acted. The cast is great. John Carpenter did an excellent job shooting the movie. It has a great atmosphere. It's a perfect horror film. There's really not much else I could say about Halloween. It helped sort of kick in slasher films because, it does involve, a guy going out with a kitchen knife killing people. It has a mysterious sort of storyline with Michael Myers. Absolutely classic film. And I love Halloween. There's really not much more I can say about Halloween. It's an absolute classic. I love Halloween. But yeah, thanks for watching my review on Halloween. There's really not much else I can say about it. I love the atmosphere. I love the storyline. Basic, but it works so well. The score, the camera work, the shots, the suspense, it all works. And it's perfect. But yeah, thanks for watching my review on John Carpenter's Halloween. And, thanks for watching the review. And I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.